the first video is uploading, but I'll try doing the next one on my phone. Maybe it'll be smaller. Okay, so where were we? Yes, so this is the first things coming in. So this position here, this is the west gate. So I don't know how much you know about the gates. I'll just say it quickly just to refresh. So east gate, things come in. Oop. South gate, things are formed. West gate, things fall away. North gate, things are dead. So this position here, this is the west gate. So this is the things that are falling away from you. So this is the wheel. So this is a lot like the wheel in tarot. Hello, little guy. So this is a lot to do with, like, you know, things changing, different phases of life. So this is like another, usually like in Quoria, this is another fate pattern that's coming up. So this is sort of telling me that, like, the position you're in right now, this is where you'll be for a while. So like working on your enlightenment here, and this card here, which is going to be your active fate pattern, this is sort of where you're going. So there's not going to be sort of any major changes in what you're doing. You're sort of up against this challenge at the moment, and that's sort of where you are for right now. So there's not going to be any like big life changes, as in switching of fate patterns for a while. What's he doing? So the clock has turned, the wheel has turned, and here you are. So this here is the north gate. So this is also something that can still be relevant. So you kind of being in this new phase, I feel like it is a new phase for you. It's still relevant and you're still sort of settling into what's going on, but here we are for now. So this is interesting. So this is the north gate. This is what's done. And this is actually the west gate card. So my interpretation, especially these two cards together, is like, yes, you've sort of let go of what you might need to let go of. But like I was saying up here, there's might be like, I feel like maybe you're a little bit reluctant to settle into this new phase. And this is kind of telling you that, like, yep, let go. You're in this new phase. Settle in. You'll be here for a while. So this is like the active fate pattern. I think this is some of the most interesting thing about Quoria. Is kind of like, you know, you go through your journey of life and things become activated in your life. And it's up to you to kind of like work through that process, that sort of human challenge that kind of comes up for you. This is the Oracle card, and that's so funny to me. So this is about intuition, but it's also specifically about your intuition and interpreting the signs that you're given. It is specifically about tarot cards, about Lenormand cards. It is specifically about reading and, you know, divination, what you're doing. So this is your active fate pattern. So I believe that this point in your life, the challenge here is you're being kind of guided by the universe to become a better reader, a better oracle. And the challenge here for you is that there's a lot of dissenting voices around you. And that might not necessarily be that you have like an evil actor in your life. It's just that you don't necessarily have the confidence in yourself to say, no, I know, I intuitively, I know what's going on. I'm sort of in charge here. It's that you're still kind of looking around at other influences, and you're not sort of kind of focusing purely on the message. Like, you're hoping the messages will come to you through a different means instead of trusting that you're a strong reader. So this point of your life is about becoming a better reader. And I think a lot of that, so we were talking about blockages today. So this next card here, this is the path. So as far as like, you know, the path is where we're walking, the path is what you're on. So in this whole phase, this challenge here, the path here is, so this is a really Kabbalistic card. I might need to get a little bit more detail on this one because it's a pretty full-on concept. So in Western magic, I'm just going to pretend you don't know anything because I don't know specifically what you've read or what you've practiced, but this is to do with the inner desert. So in Kabbalah, there's a point where there's like, you know, internally magically, there's like an inner desert. And in Quoria, they do talk about like crossing into the desert. They don't do that with every Western esoteric magical system. So here, before you can cross into this sort of unknown, there is this great guardian. So this is like, if there is a block card, this is the blocker card. But this is the blocker card that shows up when there is a tremendous magical kind of block, almost like a challenge. So what I'm kind of getting here as well is until you can work out this, you will not be able to progress. So this is your path. Your path here is the block. So it's not like the block is preventing you from walking your path. This block is a feature of the path that you're on. And until you can kind of conquer this sort of resistance to intuition, or this sort of I don't want to call it a weakness, but if you are, your challenge here is as a reader, you need to be able to be fully kind of embodying your own kind of intuition and your own sort of illumination. Until you can do that, until you can kind of silence these voices in particular, like, I mean, look at this card, low battery. You are essentially going to be blocked from the next level of magic. This is also a card that can be about leveling up or expanding ability. But it is kind of like a genuine challenge. So, and there is no kind of up, down, around it. It's something that has to be faced head on. And if it cannot be faced head on, there is like almost like a sense of destruction. So it's kind of like, you talk about this block, but this block is here for your development because you have chosen this kind of higher path of an oracle. So let's see if I can send this one.